following presentation is being brought to you by Sports Plus.
This Sports Plus broadcast is copyrighted by the RSH. Any redistribution, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without express written consent is prohibited.
Yeah. Really, just really, really good. Really good addition to the team. So happy he's here today. But let's start talking. It is a lot that's been going on probably since we did the last episode, and boy, at the, we are at the end of this season. There's a lot that's been going on around the league in total. You got Texas dorm mid right now, Toronto locker room issues. Whew. Chicago is now on an 11-game winning streak. Just beat Colorado 11-0 in a crazy offensive fest for the Cubs. And Pittsburgh and Washington, they are going to enter a 6-game series. And what I mean by 6 games, I mean 3 regular season games and the wild card that has been newly just confirmed by the league. Our playoffs are set. Yes, you heard it. Season 10 playoffs are around the corner next week. Starting on Monday, game 1 of the NL and AL wild cards will be right here on Sports Plus. Now, gentlemen, let me get y'all opinions on this playoff scope in the bracket. What are y'all initial thoughts on everything?
I'm not gonna lie. I honestly think this Cubs are just gonna sweep every series here. No glaze at all. You guys are a great team, but you guys are gonna go all the way. I feel it. But Texas and Toronto also have a good chance, but it's gonna be a hard way to get up.
True. Ned, what about you, man?
Um, I I honestly think there's just gonna be one. Hey, Void, can you stop screaming in my earpiece? Anyways, I just the only like really big thing I'm gonna expect. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I have Washington upsetting Pittsburgh in the wild card series. That's all I have to say.
Oh,
Wow.
hot
That is a
take.
hot
Pittsburgh,
take.
no, Pittsburgh has fallen off a cliff. It's not crazy to say.
True. He's not wrong. True.
And Washington, I mean, they have Silver, who's good sometimes. No, and well, Young. Well, we already know Young.
Oh, yeah. True.
Yeah,
But
that would be a good series. I would like to see that.
honestly, me too. I love like this playoff bracket. I think that in the wild card between Pittsburgh and the Nationals are definitely going to be something to watch. But an important thing that we have to know is that these two teams have been battling with activity issues all season long. HCBB plagued Pittsburgh, and they have been kind of wonky out of the break. I think they are 2-5 out of the break, really not winning those games as they should be, but they are still holding that second seed. Only 1 game ahead of the Nationals. But on the other side of things, the Nationals are missing their franchise piece. Young is barely showing up to these games and is not looking good when his support cast is out there. I think that it just depends on who has the activity. I think that, in my personal opinion, I think Pittsburgh takes this in 3. I think the Nationals are definitely going to take a game, but at the end of the day, when Icy has the series on the line, he knows when to lock in. I think that Pittsburgh's definitely going to take control in that game 3. if that ever happens, but we never know. But Josh, what's your predictions on that NL wild card? Pittsburgh, Washington. What you got for us, man?
To be honest, if Pittsburgh gets fix their activity and all that, I think they would take that in three. It would be a good series if Young comes back too. But in that, I say Pittsburgh would get the win there.
Understandable, understandable. Nev's very hot take with that Washington overtaking Pittsburgh. Hey, I don't know. A lot of people been saying Washington could do it. I think they could
Yeah,
battle, but
they have the talent. It's just going to be a hard series right there.
oh yeah, and especially just because they already are going to play a 3 game regular season series that's leading into the playoffs. I think that a lot
That's
of
going to be very crucial.
yeah,
They're going to learn about each other,
yeah,
just ahead of playoffs.
Yeah.
yeah. That one indeed is definitely going to be something to watch. Let's turn it over to the AL. Little wonky. I don't even know what to say about Kansas City. They just hate winning games. Yes, I know people been people been throwing backlash at me over the past couple days of what I said about Kansas City, and I
Dude, it's
mean
true.
it's true. I mean you gotta
Yeah.
understand a team that is was 3-1 to start this season beat the Cubs early on in this season. Looked like they had high hopes for themselves, and it just fell apart. And not only that, the 8 game losing streak that they went on, they traded away their ace Josh, who's with us
They did
on
him dirty.
on here. I mean, just trading away your star for a bunch of inactive prospects and
That's
no
probably your only good play. Well, Como too, but come
yeah,
on.
Drew. So like I think at the end of the day, there's nothing to say about Kansas. I mean, Josh, you've been on Kansas. You've been on
Yeah.
both sides of the ball. They traded you for a bunch of bags of chips and a Funko Pop.
Yeah. I mean, I like being on that team because we were obviously winning and actually doing great in the beginning of the season. But then again, we were facing the White Sox, who are not competent at all.
True.
But also, I just felt it was a better idea for me to move on from Kansas City and give them some sort of value to be able to compete still.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think that that Kansas City move was very crucial for Josh if he wanted to just do any type of competing this season. Definitely glad that Texas got him. Texas, on the other hand, I've said my things about about Texas after the beatdown we did. Sorry, I hate to say sorry, but um I think that Texas is a very underrated team entering this playoffs. And Stylus has been facing a lot of backlash, including some criticism from me and Teo early on this season. I think that Stowers is definitely going to prove some people wrong. I get it; they're going to beat up on Kansas, and it's not going to really say anything. But when they enter a series against a team like Toronto that's been struggling and really, really have been struggling, I mean, their team is like not happy with each other. I think that Texas is
Yeah.
going to use that to their advantage. I think Texas
Yeah.
is going to try to control that series from the jump. I think that the pitching, as far as pitching, I think Texas has the edge. Just know that, Josh and Stowers, they could do their thing from time to time. Stowers they just gotta get the offense going. I think
Yeah.
Neb can agree with me, and I think everybody else can agree with me. I mean, what are y'all thoughts about Texas? Because me, I think that they proved everybody wrong, but they still need to prove that they can do it in the playoffs against Toronto. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I mean, if we could wake up our offense, because our offense is just dead. Like, if we could get Con hitting, Dan's bat up, Avian, me, basically, we could be winning more games and take out Toronto. But without that, we can't really do much because we'd just be depending on me and Stowers on the mound to throw zeros every inning.
True. Ned, what about you, man? What do you think about this Texas team and the whole AL wildcard scape?
Give me Texas with no doubt a sweep against Kansas City. I mean, worst playoff team without doubt. Like no disrespect, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if they take a game or maybe even 2 from Toronto. I mean, if they're able to well, if they're able to get their bottom half of the lineup, start getting some hits like Avian, Khan, etc., then they could make a deep run. And they got power hitters like Dan Stowers. It'd be the perfect combo. Um, yeah.
True. True. Now, I think this playoffs is gonna be a good one. And I think, somebody told me there was a critic out there uh after I put out my recent power ranking. He said, and I quote, "You are just hating on us, and nobody expected Kansas City to be good."
Yeah,
And
whoever
I
said that, that's a bot.
and I
Yeah.
had to hold myself and I had to explain, well, you're a 3-1 team, right? You just beat the best team right now. You just beat the best team in the league, and you guys are on fire. Y'all was like, y'all on top of the league. You can't go on a 8-game winning streak, trade all of your stars away, have horrible pitching games, and just act like not everybody was gonna say anything. Because I ain't gonna lie, we was gonna say something regardless. I mean, that just happens to anybody. Nobody goes on an 8-game winning streak like that, 8-game losing streak like that. I think that they really botched it there, but we'll definitely like to see these playoffs. I think these playoffs are going to be good for the first time. I think a lot is in stake, especially for the bye week teams. I mean, bye week teams, it's pick your poison. Do you want to rest your people and just hope that they get BP? Do you want to get them in the lab, get everybody fresh? I think that those bye week teams have a big, big mission to accomplish over that 4 or 5 day off from playing. But that is all from that playoff segment. Let's go ahead and move into awards. Lots, lots, and lots to talk about. Lots of awards to talk about. Is a lot going on, especially towards the end of the season where everybody is ready to go into playoffs. Let's start with the AL. I think from the jump, I'm definitely going to say right now, Josh is going to win Cy Young. Everybody in that AL Cy Young, I think they've literally fell apart. Teo was a good runner. He fell completely. Stowers, he's still getting Ks, but he's not getting shutdowns. He's
Yeah,
letting up
he just
runs.
playing that home run ball. The home run
Yeah,
ball will kill him.
home run ball is killing him. I think who else was there? J Rod. Oh my god, J Rod. J Rod was never a good pitcher. I think everybody can agree just watching his pitching mechanics. He was never really a good pitcher. It was about time somebody exposed him, and I think really, really just kicked out the last competent person. I think Josh is gonna go all the way and win this AL Cy Young. It's too clear for us. Nev,
Yeah.
I think you could agree. Josh, I know it's you, but I think you can even agree. I mean, you've literally been going
Yeah.
out there styling out.
Yeah, I've just been the most consistent pitcher in the AL, to be honest. Everybody else, I mean, everybody else, I'm not saying anybody's bad, but like Teo, I basically learned my ways from him, from his prime time. So, I mean, I'm just carrying on his legacy.
Yeah. Yeah. You know? Now, let's see. What's the other AL awards? Um, Silver Sluggers from each team. Note, just reminders to everybody that Silver Sluggers, 8 teams, one player from each team gets that award. On the AL side of things, Toronto's definitely going to be Capital. Texas is going to be Stowers by a long ball because
Yeah.
he's doing his job. The close one is Dan, but Stowers has been putting his team on notice. KC,
I'd
probably
go with
Como.
Como.
I agree. I agree.
Como or Moyer. They've both been pretty
Yeah.
good.
I think it's Como though, just he's been there more often than Moyer. Moyer's a very spotty activity. And we don't even gotta talk about the White Sox. I ain't gonna lie. What do they have? Nothing. I don't even know why we even discussing the name. I told you, Southside, not terrible. I don't even know you. I don't even, my producer just asked me who you even give it to. I don't even know who you would give it to. Hey, I think we should give it to. We should give it to the little can of beans that's on the road next to the stadium. You know, yeah, I think it done enough. It is, or give it to the train station. Feel me?
Give it to
But
the fan in the stands right there.
for real, for real, for real. Um. Ooh, another important conversation we need to have regarding awards. Who is y'all's MVP runner ups so far before playoffs? Who's your top three runners for the MVP this season? Josh, let's start with
Ooh.
you.
Top three. Um, I'd say let's go number one, Capital, two, Regum, and three, Stowers.
Ooh, no icy there. Your icy been up
I
there
mean,
for a minute.
yeah, I mean, it was either between Stowers and Icy. If Stowers could fix his pitching, it would be even better. But I mean, they're kind of tied at third for me.
That's fair. That's fair. Ned, what about you? Who's your MVP runner up so far before playoffs?
I don't even know. I don't even pay attention to the stats.
Oh, yeah, this guy's a box score watcher. What? Box score watcher. But
Yeah, I'm gonna go get some snacks.
I guess. I guess. I guess, dude. Like, anywho, my MVP runner ups. I'm gonna give y'all my three. Regum, I would give the edge to Icy here because his pitching stats a little bit better. And Capital. Don't think Capital will win it because his team is holding him back. And teams have been getting around Capital. You get what I'm saying? Capital's kind of been struggling too. But yeah, I mean, you just gotta walk Capital. There's nobody else to hit behind him. So I mean, I think my reasoning with Icy being up there, right? Granted, he struggled in the second. He's struggling. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't think he should be as high in my MVP power ranking, but it's like at the end of the day, who else is up there? Stowers pitching is not supporting his case at all, and he's not been producing as much. I see produced like 14 homers through the first 5 games and has hit three since. And we're at the end of and we're at the end of the season. Right now, his hitting has gone down a little bit, but he has been making it up. I think he was like 10 homers and 17 RBIs at this point. And Ragum has been shutting teams down left and right through a perfect game this season. Has multiple no hitters and complete game shutouts. Ragum's pitching is carrying him into this MVP power ranking. But playoffs play a big factor into this. So whatever we're saying right now may not even be true. You never know.
Yeah, it could flip around, definitely.
Definitely could flip around. But I think another major award we do need to talk about though, NL Cy Young. And I'm not cut to the
Ooh.
chase. It's between me or Rago. But we gotta gauge opinions. Nevin, Josh, what y'all think as far as NL Cy Young right now?
Ooh. Not gonna lie, I honestly go Regum. He has a little bit of higher ERA, but he's also pitched more innings too. Not that much more than you, but that could definitely change though. So that I'm just unsure on right there.
Now, Neb, what about you? Because you're on the team. You've seen me and Regum go at it game after game after game. What are your
Yep.
thoughts?
Um, it's gonna be close. It's gonna go to the end of the season. I'll make my decision from there. And before we continue, yo, Alex, can we stop paying me? You're a bot.
Stray at Alex off camera, I guess. Anyways, from me as a person that's been pitching for a long time, and I honestly, me and Reagan been going back and forth. We've literally been doing, inning, shutdown inning after shutdown inning. We'll let up a hit, and that's probably like what, a run or two. That's it. The Cubs have only allowed 10 runs this entire season. Ridiculous. And between the two starting pitchers, Regum has allowed more runs. I've allowed less, but I've showed up because I've been busy. But I mean, the innings are still there. Strikeouts are still there. I think this is definitely going to come down to what the playoffs hold for the Cubs. I think that it depends if, what if Regum goes crazy in the playoffs, definitely going to boost his case. If, I go off in the playoffs, definitely going to boost my case. But I think it's going to come down to what everybody thinks at the end of the season. That's going to be a very tough one. I mean, two veteran pitchers in their last season going stupid. I mean, you can't ask for a better pitching season than season 10. I think we can all agree this has been a great season of baseball. Good
Yeah,
pitching,
for sure.
hitting, good teams, good games left and right. I don't know about good teams down the stretch because some of y'all ruined the integrity. But hey, we're working it out. We're working it out. Working it out. We're working it out, man. But anything else, Josh and Ev, anything y'all want to say about these awards? Anything else we
Vote me
should talk
reliever of
about?
the year.
Yeah, no, and I know Cy Young's just gonna be really close. That's gonna be a fun one to see who gets that right there.
Chat GBT, and my producer literally just told us, and I quote, he's going to chat GBT to decide who wins NL Cy Young. I
I'm gonna say
guess,
something like Stowers.
I guess, though. I guess, but let's see.
Can we
What else?
fire Void?
I don't know. What else is there to talk about? Oh, I guess players.
Oh,
Let's go back to the playoffs because that's literally coming up. This regular season is coming to an end. This is our second to last topic? Yeah, my second to last topic. Our second to last topic. But players to watch out for in the playoffs. This is going to be a lot of people. I'm gonna name my 5 people. I'm gonna reduce it to 5. I'm gonna name my 5 people and I'm gonna explain my reasoning. So in any order too. So my 5, right? I think Icy, Young if he shows, Regum, Capital, and Stowers are my 5 people we should be watching very closely in these playoffs. Icy has a chance to not only lead the team by himself past Washington, but he also has to go and play Chicago, a team that literally ran and wiped the floor with them in a 3-game series. I think he's going to be on demon time coming into these playoffs. Young if he shows is literally going to give Washington the wins that they need. Every time he showed, they've won. This stat. What this is proven stat, right? Like most of the time, Young shows up, they win the game. You know, I think that Young definitely is gonna bring that tenacity, bring the energy that the Nationals need. My number 3, Regum. Don't get me wrong, Cubs as a whole team, literally decent all around. There's nobody you can really try and hit around because we can all hit decently. We know what we're doing. Regum is definitely gonna lead the charge. I'm gonna, of course, miss playoff games because of my work schedule and all that, but he is going to lead the charge. He has shown time and time again, season after season, that he can lead a team when he has nobody behind him. But when he has people behind him, he can take the offense to another level. Regum is definitely going to be something to watch. Capital. eh, What do you guys think? I think Capital, low key, it just depends on who's around him. He hits by himself, but like nobody else supports him. I think Capital is definitely going to get used more in the pitching rotation. Definitely going to be somebody to watch. But my last person, Stowers, he has a lot on his shoulders. The pressure is on him. I'm saying this because KC is not where they need to be, but if they try and sneak up on Texas and steal those wild card games, whoo, he's not hearing the end of it. And Stowers can definitely lead his team. He needs to get that ERA. He needs to stop throwing dumb pitches. But what's y'all top five? Who's y'all players that we watching for this playoffs? Because I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot of people y'all could choose from. Josh, let's start with you.
Yeah, not gonna lie, my number one would be Young, just because he has that big bat for the Nationals. If he shows, that could definitely carry them through the postseason. Just get runners on, and then bang, he could get all those runs in for them. But that would definitely be a good one for them. Number two, I'd go Regum, just because he's a basically best pitcher in the NL. Could basically hit pretty well too. So he's just basically good all around two-way player. Number three, I'll go Cap. I'll go UPAC because basically you had that legacy game. You did great. So if you're able to carry that through the playoffs, your momentum from that, it's no stopping really. Number four, I'll go Stowers just because of his bat. If he's able to wake up his bat, then Texas could go to places. But he just really needs to fix his pitching to just stop allowing long balls, and we could make it far in the playoffs. And number five, I'm gonna take a sneaky pick. I'm gonna go Como. If he
Ooh,
could, if he could get a more active bat and more guys on for them for KC, I could see him doing a lot of damage for Kansas City. He could carry them and take them a long way through also.
Neb, Neb, you're there. Stop eating everything. Guy, he has another bag of chips. Dang. Neb, Neb, who's your people? Who we watching for, man? Uh, oh, give him the chips, dude. Give him the chips.
I think Neb's just thinking, to be honest.
Oh, his mic is laggy. Hold on. His mic is laggy. Somebody go get him fixed.
I think he's
I
gonna go get more chips.
guess he's gonna get more chips, but I think his mic just cut out. Anywho, I think he's back. Maybe. Yo, can we get camera on Neb? Yeah. There's no Neb. Yo, Neb.
Hey,
Yo. Oh, I,
yo,
come
I'm
back.
Mike.
Uh, I. Neb. Neb. It works. Bring your butt back to the seat. Damn it. Sorry for Neb being. I don't
I
know.
blame the crew for giving me a bad mic. But anyways, if I could sit down. Yeah. Okay. Number five, give me Como, just like how Josh said. If he could get hit, if he could improve his hitting, and if KC could get some runners for him, uh, he could be a pretty good threat these playoffs. Let's see. Number four, give me for Texas. Give me Dan. That guy's gonna get like literally front runner for like rookie of the year. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's got like what 10 home runs. He's like up there with Stowers on that Texas squad. He's gonna be a good threat for representing Texas. At number three, um, yo, damn, yo, these chips suck. Um, three, three, just I guess three for three. Yeah, give me Capital, I guess. He's the best hitter in the league, but he doesn't really have that much support. But if he could get that support, yeah, he could be a very good threat. I mean, he already is, but he could be a better threat with more support. Number two, damn. Um, give me Regam. I mean, he's got the
Bro.
hitting, he's got the pitching. Um, he's got the most home runs on Chicago. Uh, one of the biggest reasons why Chicago was on that 11-game winning streak. Um, Also with the pitching, he's the front runner for Cy Young. He's probably going to continue that in playoffs. And finally, number one, give me, I guess Young. I mean, hear me out.
Okay.
Young literally handedly like carries Washington. He's got great pitching, even though he kind of ball spams. No disrespect. He's got good hitting. I mean, he plays in NABB. I mean, sweaty league full of no lives.
Wow.
And he gives Washington wins. Like
Sure.
most of the time, he shows
Sure.
up. I mean, there's only that one time against Toronto when he in one pitch he gave up that walk-off homer to Capital. But
I mean,
that
but
doesn't
he
really
barely
matter.
joined. I mean, it doesn't matter. He
Yeah, he
barely
barely
Yeah.
joined.
2 pitches in.
I mean, just to summarize, Young gives the Nationals wins all the time.
True.
So Young is the number one player I'm expected to do very well in these playoffs. That's about it.
Okay. Well, I mean, hey, I'm telling you, these playoffs are gonna be something to watch. I know I keep hyping it up, and something always happens where that one team just fails to meet the hype. And I don't know what Nev is doing, but yeah,
I need some chips.
I guess. Yo, hey, production crew, can we lock the
No,
break room?
I'm gonna get some more before you lock it.
I guess. Now, the last segment we're going to talk about tonight is everybody around the league, the teams. We got to talk about the teams at the end of the season. We have to talk about what teams need to do, what needs to happen, and just overall talk about the teams. But let's start from the bottom of the barrels. Let's get them out the way. Colorado. In my opinion, Colorado was the biggest upset of a team. And I say this because they had the team, they had the hitting, they had the players. They just couldn't win. The Nationals went on that losing streak in the early on ages of the season, and they literally held the door wide open for Colorado to take the 3 seed. And guess what Colorado did when it was time to play said 1-4 Nationals? They lost and got swept in that series, and they never looked at that door again. I think that going into next season, I feel like Luna needs to build around Ed. That's if Ed does not leave the team. I feel like Luna needs to prioritize getting hitters, getting the pitching, getting the activity so Colorado can produce. I think that's my biggest pet peeve with that team. And just that they need to be just more honest about what's going on in the team. A lot of, rumors have been floating around about, Colorado, players leaving Colorado for next season. And honestly, it is getting down there. Now, what do y'all think about Colorado? Because, I mean,
Yeah, I definitely agree. If they can somehow build around Ed with decent players, because Ed definitely has that dangerous bat for them. But basically, if they could just build around him, they could be a playoff contender right there.
true, true. Ned, what about you? Even though you're snagging on this.
Dude, I just got 2 more bags. But anyway,
Oh.
if Colorado, and I want Luna to listen to this, please just don't complain that you got left with randoms or scraps, as you would say. just develop with your players. I mean, you already got a good power hitter in Ed. If you could develop those players, you'll be fine.
True, true. I think that is a truth done said. I don't think we're gonna say anything about the White Sox. We all know that Joshy's
They're full of
rebuilding.
bots.
But Joshy's trying to take that lead and rebuild that entire team for next season. I don't know why he still left Chicago, but I mean, it benefited Chicago more, anyways. But let's see what's next. Oh, Kansas City. Another, another,
Oh,
Oh
another,
no.
another. No, cause they can agree. I mean, they can't sit here and deny it. I mean, the things I'm about to say, I'm not BSing. KC, I feel like the management needs to definitely rethink about the entire franchise. The management this season was quite lackluster to me. I think that Carroll did an awesome job assembling a team. Don't get me wrong. He did a very good job getting that team together. But at the end of the day, the way he managed the team, it just didn't work out in his favor. And then the way they handled trades, it also was very poor. I mean, a lot of a lot of people around the league literally said that these trades were not it. But they have Texas picks. They have picks that they can definitely use for moves. I don't know what's going to be the future for KC, but they need to get at the free agency or the draft, hit it hard. What I mean by that, before everybody said, pause. Yeah, what you talking about? Literally, you have to get the players from the jump. You can't sit there and let these other teams grab people up. It's only a few, good stars here and there that we see every season in the free agency pool. They need to get a team, actually develop that team, and actually go out there with the mindset to win the games. Because I ain't gonna lie, this 8 game lose streak for them, that this is not it. I honestly expected them to be somewhere near 500 or at 500, but the fall off was ridiculous. I think Josh can agree because I mean, like you gotta think about it now. They're below Colorado in standings. Colorado, I think, is up 2 games now on the Royals. My producers, half a game above the Royals. Now, Josh, what do you think about your former team? What do you think they need to do? I think we lost them.
yo, son,
We lost them. What's
Oh,
up?
is he
my
having an
bad. My
overdose?
mic cut out.
Okay.
Oh,
Alrighty. So Kansas City, the experiment went well at the beginning. Went 1-2 against the White Sox. Took game one versus the Cubs. But after that, it just completely fell apart. Teo wasn't the same after that. Uh the whole Jeremy experiment just never worked out well. The only ones really producing that were on the Royals at the time was me, Moyer, and Como, to be honest, and Wayne. But Wayne just didn't have that activity. We just didn't have that many moves and transactions to where we could be a championship contending team right there. But then again, the first 3 games of the season, we just faced the White Sox, so it doesn't even really matter, in my opinion.
Neb, what do you think? I remember
Um,
you still snacky. Oh, never mind.
well, I was, but I'm gonna stand up for this one. I mean, like, let me get closer to the camera. Look,
Oh,
they started off pretty well against Chicago. Well, it was the White Sox. So, but that was when they actually had players. So they started off like what 2-1,
three
and
and
then
one.
they beat yeah,
Uh,
and then they beat Chicago. That improves them to 3-1. Then from there, it went all down. Hey, Um, um, it all went down. Um, I forgot who they played after that Chicago series, but
They played. They
I think that was
played.
the Nationals.
They played that national series.
that oh you you just had to lose to the national. I mean, no offense to them, but even without Young, you lost to them.
That
Uh,
8-0 game.
no, Teo. No, I had a very high expectations for Teo. He won like reliever of the year, like not even
You know,
that long ago. Um, I
ever
had very
since
I had high expectations for him this season,
ever
and it
since
got below. Wait, I think Young did like. Wait, now that I remember, Young did probably show up to that series.
Young
He hit
yeah,
did
like
he
what
show
showed
two
up.
up in the
homers?
second game.
He showed up to like the second game of the series. That's when Teo got blown up. I had high expectations for him. He blew up my parlays, and now I'm down like $200 thanks to him. On the RSH betting app, download it. And then the worst of it all happens. You trade away arguably the franchise player. Wait, I was about to say a slur. My bad. I was about, you trade away the franchise player in Josh. Probably gonna win a Cy Young this season, and you trade him away for 3 bags of already open stale chips and a half eaten Big Mac. He was supposed to be the franchise player.
Oh, this guy's going
He
on
was
this
supposed
Luka
to have a
Doncic.
statue.
Oh, brother, cut the
Yeah,
scene.
No,
you
no,
know,
no, no, no. No, and I'm calling out the Kansas City front office. What are you doing? What are we doing? What are we
Oh,
doing?
oh, oh.
oh,
Let's
Oh,
go ahead and get him off camera. I
yeah, no.
guess. But Josh, what
Going
were you
on
saying?
again about Kansas City. Ever since Teo swapped his animations from Hoffman to Helsley, it just hasn't been the same. He just completely fell off after that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, most certainly. But I also want to mention one thing about the Cy Young thing. I've been getting somebody's been pinging me, grown man pinging me, says, and I quote, "This is blank bleep bleep." And hold on, this is bleep bleep mentioning bleep and Cy Young, but he gives up more homers, but not me. And ooh, that person really is upset about what we said tonight. I mean, even though it doesn't matter. I mean, he's tearing his team apart, so not my problem. Anywho, let's try to wrap these up because I'm trying to go home. I got a really, really good dinner waiting on me, feel me. With the family. And let's just move on to the Nationals. Whew. I have to make we gotta make this one quick because I think this is a really, really obvious problem that needs to be addressed. The Nationals are I like the team. I like the team. I really like how, Young, Josue, Silver, that trio right there, still together, still playing together. Really love that. But and it's like this problem has been shown up for seasons. When you have your team that's primarily Pacific Standard Time and you know that they're not going to show up to these early games, always said this has to go back to the front office. Rue did not make moves that would help the activity issue. I think Rue was very passive about who he could go and get, what people were in free agency, who was on the block, because there was a lot of people on the block this trade deadline, and very much passed up on some very active pieces that really could have helped his team. Now, no, I'm not dissing Younger, Silver, or Josue. Granted, they show up, they do their thing, they ball out. But where's the support behind that team when they can't show up? I think they're missing a support system. Silver can't do it all by himself if Young is away. Young can do it by himself. when he has his support. Josue can't do it by himself. That's because, again, if they try their hardest, the other team doesn't. Half the team tries their best, the other team doesn't. And I was hearing a lot of things from the locker room and from anonymous players on said team. There was a lot of trash talking towards their own players. I think that's wow. And coming from me as a PM from a long time, that's gonna deflate your locker room even more. Josh and Neb, what do y'all think about the Nationals? What do they need to improve? And especially, I gotta mention this one thing, but they definitely do have a chance to upset the Pirates. I don't care what nobody's saying. Oh, the Pirates are gonna sweep. Boo hoo. The Nationals, they got that grit. They gonna grind for that. Me personally, they gonna battle to the end. If they do lose, oh well, but they're gonna battle. This ain't no one and done for Pittsburgh. But what y'all think about the Nationals?
I mean, yeah, I completely agree with everything you said. If they can get those support players, or if their team could finally like get screw their heads straight and lock in for the playoffs, they could go places in the playoffs and give the Cubs and Pirates a run for their money. But they would definitely need to fix that, have them all be on the same page. Basically, same thing with Toronto, essentially.
Wait, I'm coming back. Sorry. Lo siento. Anywho, Ned, what do you think about the Nationals? Because I think me and you had a conversation about this like a couple of days ago. And you said a lot of things that I agree with. What do you have to say about the Nationals?
Um, Obviously, well, the Nationals are a great team. You know, they got players who have history of playing with each other, like Silver, Jose, Young. I was on that. They were on. I was with them on a team in which we ended up winning a championship in season 5 with the Dodgers. They have great chemistry, and then they obviously have Ryu, who was also our team owner in season 5. So they already know each other very well. But it also comes down to like what's going on in the lockers, and activity. Um, can our producer stop like yelling in our earpiece, please? You're
And Neb lagged out.
Neb cut out.
Oh, anywho, I think what Neb was saying was basically you have to just maintain the team spirit. Locker room issues can be one thing, the hitting can be struggling, but you always got to keep that locker room spirit. But I think the main takeaway from the Nationals team, they need to find support behind Silver, Young, and Josue. I don't know how many more seasons we may see of that trio, but I think the best run that they could possibly make is now. I mean, it may look hard for them going against Pittsburgh. They can definitely hash it out. But what? How many teams we got left? We got 4 teams left. Let's speed run. God damn it, Texas. Texas started out really, 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 really just horrible. Everybody was clowning Stowers and the team and said that he wasn't going to be good. But he made the trades, ladies and gentlemen. He won the trade battle, got really, really decent players, made his teams stand out. But a lot of question of his rebranding that involves the Atlanta Braves. Maybe a possible rebrand. Maybe the Braves are coming back next season. I don't know what to say on that, but it is a lot of attention between them and Stowers. So we're gonna visit that later. But I think that team can definitely go into playoffs, prove that they're not frost, prove that they can hang with the best of the best. Josh, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I completely agree with you. We could definitely hang up there, but our biggest thing is offense, offense, offense. It's like we have holes in our bat right now where the ball is going through and they're just hitting outs or just striking out. We just need to play more, get more singles and stuff like that. But I mean, if we could get our offense, I mean, our pitching is not bad, but just the number one thing is just the offense. The offense has just been slow for Texas.
What I do? Let's go to the
I think we
offense.
lost
What I
Neb.
do?
Did y'all lock the
What
smoke
I
room by chance? He's not here.
I don't know.
Eh,
I think he might have ran off.
And he ran off to get another like I'm gonna need him to. I'm gonna text him. I need him to get my
Oh my goodness,
my food. Feel me?
Valentine!
My
No,
Chipotle.
no,
Anywho,
no.
oh Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh. HCB team. Everybody's been overhyping them early on the season because they started out 5-0 against Colorado and the White Sox. Everybody's been glazing them, and that is complete. They fell face flat on the earth. They are 3-7 against between that time frame of going 5-0. They are 3-7. That is ridiculous for a team. I get it, HCB. You know that there's some things, but when you're getting swept by your division rival, knowing that you have beef with basically everybody on that team, that is going to speak volume going into this playoffs. And I think as much as Pittsburgh wants to upset everybody, the Cubs want to do their thing too. I think that whatever happens in that wild card is definitely going to shape if Pittsburgh and that HCB whole squad was really that, or were they, not the best of that we all not we all, but everybody thought of. If they lose this series against the Nationals, Pittsburgh, whew, you're not gonna hear the end of it. But
It's gonna be
it's
like
gonna be
Texas.
yeah, it's another Texas situation. I think Icy needs to look for more active people. I get that he tries to go for HCB people, but that's not always the case when the season and RSH is going on at the same time. It just doesn't work out. Josh, I think you can agree and say the same thing. What do you think about Pittsburgh?
I mean, yeah, they went 5-0 at the beginning of the season, but come on, White Sox and Colorado. I mean, White Sox, those are easy wins right there, but Colorado, players like Ed and them, I mean, they could put up against Pittsburgh, but I mean, they're facing the bottom market teams. It's not really a struggle right there.
Yeah. They've struggled against teams that's been really, really good this season. I'm glad that you brought that up. I mean, hey, a lot of people have been saying that Icy is very questionable in the way that he, performs. They're saying that he is a stat pattern against low market teams. Do I think that's true? Kinda. Because he has struggled against good teams and he's barely has been hitting homers the second half as they've been facing those good teams. I think that it's a lot around Pittsburgh, a lot of questions once the playoffs. Let's go to our last two. Toronto, the top of the AL. They've been very
Yeah.
questionable. I can't even sugarcoat it with everybody. They've been very questionable. The locker room, Cause is not the best person in that locker room. Feuds starting between him and other players. Anonymous sources told me that Zav and Brownie crashed out on Cause and Cause retaliated in a way that wasn't best for the team. And they are on edge. Capital has came out to the media and has said if they do continue to argue, he will be forced releasing himself off the team ahead of their playoff run. I think that's wow. I mean, that's very much wow. I mean, their pitching has struggled. They really don't have an ace outside of Kaz. And even then, Kaz, again, has really not put on good performances against those good teams. I mean, he literally got killed in this Chicago series. And I think it goes to show that maybe Kaz is not what everybody thinks he is. Capital has been bailing out the pitching a ton with his homers and walk-offs. And I think everybody can agree with me. Toronto is very questionable going into playoffs. Are they going to keep that locker room intact? What do y'all think?
I mean, it's just gonna be tough to tell. I mean, they're gonna be going into playoffs. They're gonna want to take it all because they're obviously the number one team in the AL. But if they can make up and just forget about everything that happened and going into the playoffs with the mindset like, okay, we need to win these games and stop messing around and uh, being dumb, they could definitely win it all. But it just comes down to how their teammates treat each other and how they want to work together to be able to complete that feature.
Neb, and since you're back, well accommodated. What about you? What do you think about Toronto?
They need to fix this. I mean,
I agree.
they have a very good roster. I mean, they've developed Browning very well. Obviously, Capital, one of the best in the league, and Cause, who, but I think what big what causes obviously the big problem in this situation. He, as a team owner, he's obviously like the well. I don't know how some people in their roster see it and know, but like he's supposed to be the big like he's obviously the leader. He needs to be a good role model. And
True.
if you're treating your players like this, you're not gonna make a deep run in the playoffs.
I
I mean,
agree.
you already have your best player threatening to leave the team just before playoffs start. That's not good. You need to fix this.
Yeah.
You
Definitely.
need to mature more.
Yeah. Definitely. Is definitely this is all cause needs to fix his team.
Hello, your
This all goes
computer
back to
has
the
virus.
PM. Needs to fix his team. Last but not least, and we're done for the night. Chicago Cubs, a team that came into the season with a lot to prove. Obviously, of course, Peck's biased about his team, blah, 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 Peck, this and that. You're going to hear everything I need to say about my team. I think everything that we've, been doing this season has came with a lot of doubt early on this season because we struggle. We all wash. We're not that best at hitting anymore. But since then, since we took that loss to KC, we've been steamrolling every team that we have faced. I mean, me and Regum going band for band in good performances. Neb, Alex, Shade, Dre. Everybody is chipping in. This isn't a 1-2 man affair. This is everybody contributing. And everybody's been saying, oh, well, Pag glazes his teams just to fall short in the playoffs. I have a better team this time around. I know my people. We've all chemistry bonded together. We've been killing it. The stats, the performances, it all shows. We are finishing the story. The Cubs have been known as a team of despair. They've been known as the worst team in the league. Neb can attest to this because Neb's been here long and has seen a lot. The L flags that's been flying around in earlier seasons. Cat's whole team demanding from him, and he has no team. Season 5, they literally only won 3 games. And I saw to myself and I said, bringing this team back definitely is going to have a big factor on how we play. And I think we're just going to continue that momentum into playoffs. Nev, you can agree to everything I'm attesting to. I mean, we've only allowed 10 runs this entire season. That is one of the best defensive performances by a team in RSH. And that might even be up there with the Mariners defense of season 6. That's a lot. Nev, what do you think?
Dude, I mean, this team used to be so infamous, specifically
Literally.
because a little kid was just owning a team and just wanted to have fun. And the
Literally.
fact that people left his team. I mean, I get it, you want to win, but this guy, bro, Cat also wants to win, and he's here for fun. So like, I'm not like trying to call out anybody, but like, come on.
There's
But
obvious people.
this team has come a long way. This team, it was like what season 3 since when they made the World Series
Was
with
this
you, Pack.
last time we made the playoffs was season 3. We went to the World Series and lost in 5 to the Braves.
So the start of that Braves dynasty. Yeah. I mean, come on, it was the Braves. They were like starting to become good. But
That was a 1-man army too. To
yeah, it
add
was
to
a one man army. Yeah, and since then the Cubs went downhill. Pack went on to Atlanta to you know s- stop wasting his career there in Chicago. Won some rings with Atlanta, and then everyone else left the Cubs. Cat was left devastated. Poor him. And obviously, the team was resurrected this season. And look at what they've achieved this season.
true. We've achieved a lot. I think still need to finish the story though. There's a lot to do in the playoffs. Not done yet. So all the people out there, I get a lot of people. They have a lot of things about me being biased, but it's like when a team is performing good, you gotta give them the props. Josh, what do you think? I mean, you've seen it all. You've been here. I mean, you get the backstory of how the Cubs came to be this season. What do you
I
think?
mean,
What do you think about this team?
yeah, I've been on both sides of the ball. Back with Kansas City, taking that game one, it was a tough game right there. Yeah, I mean, back when you were good. But anyways, this Cubs team right here kind of reminds me of the 2016 World Series Cubs making that huge run to the playoffs. I mean, you guys are basically the front runners all the way through, no matter what. I mean, can't expect any more from you guys, to be honest. Just keep performing.
True. I mean, yeah, to keep it a stack, just gotta keep performing. I think we will keep performing. The Cubs will definitely be a team to watch in the playoffs. And I get it. Not hearing it from me is the best, but I mean, you can ask a lot of people in this city. So, oh.
Oh,
They'll say a lot. But that was a lot to talk about today. And I thank you guys for staying tuned with us. I think we're at like an hour mark of this whole stream or something like that. But we have talked about so much. I
These
thank you
shits
guys.
suck.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Any closing
I need to
remarks
go
from
throw up.
anybody? Oh, Josh, you got anything to say to the people before we head off?
just thanks for having me here. Really enjoyed it.
Most definitely. Hope you
Really
stick
enjoyed
around,
talking to
man.
the people and hanging around with you guys.
Definitely. Hope you stick around, man. And Nev is dancing on the table. But that is all tonight. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to episode 8 of Four Corners. I'm Pacific, joined by Nev and Josh as Nev is seasoning. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful night and stay tuned for playoffs starting next week. Thank you and good night.
Thanks. See you guys.
Alex, you're fat.